EastEnders resident Rocky, played by Brian Conley, has upset a large number of Walford residents over the last few months, especially estranged daughter Sonia Fowler's, Natalie Cassidy, after she found out he was planning on scamming her for the money she was left by Granning, June Brown. He also upset ex-girlfriend Kathy Beale, Gillian Tailforth, after breaking up with her, which he claimed was because she was boring, but in fact, he merely wanted to do so to avoid breaking her heart even more. After Rocky and Rocky Cotton's Milli-Zero schemes were exposed, they lost their family's trust and were ultimately outcasts from their homes. However, after spending time living in the Vic with the Carters, Rocky finally decides it's time to apologize to his family and get their relationship back on track. In upcoming scenes, Rocky begins to feel like a spare part at the Vic, and he soon tells Mick Carter, Danny Dyer, and Shirley Carter, Linda Henry, that he will give them some space. It was recently revealed that Tina Carter's, Louisa Bradshaw White, body was found underneath the argy-bargy after she was murdered by Gray Atkins. Toby Alexander Smith, murdered her in 2020. He turns to Harvey Monroe, Ross Boatman, for help with somewhere to stay after his son Aaron Monroe, Charlie Wernham, no longer lives there. Rainy Highway, Tanya Franks, decides to help and gives Rocky a job at the parlor, but things get off to a rough start, and he's not up for the job. As the news about Tina being found spread around the square, Rocky offers his condolences to Sonia when he realizes she knew Tina. However, not impressed with his efforts and still feeling furious with him, she gives him the cold shoulder. Rocky tries to impress Jay Brown, Jamie Borthwick, and pleads with him to give him a job at the car lot. Later on, Kathy wants to plan a memorial for Tina, with Rocky arriving to tell her that she and Sonia will both be getting a cut of money from his new job to make up for what he did. Will Rocky's efforts to get Sonia and Kathy back in his life be enough? Or has too much damage been done for them to forgive him? Over the course of a few months, Rocky suffered 2 heart attacks after the stress of hiding a huge secret from his family and being shunned became too much for him. Back in January, Rocky bumped into Shirley, who questioned how he was out of hospital so soon, along with fans watching at home. Rocky replied he had been discharged before offering her a bunch of flowers. Shirley said, "You and those flowers have a lot in common. You both look on your last legs, should you be out?" The pair were then interrupted by an angry Peter Beale, Dale Hudson, who wanted his £3,000 back while Kathy and Sonia watched on. After the altercation with his haters, Rocky headed into the pub for a pint with Shirley, where he was then confronted by Dottie. Later, Shirley asked once again how he was out of the hospital so early. Rocky responded, "They need to do a couple more tests, but they said I'm good to go." Viewers were also shocked by his arrival back on the square and took to Twitter with @BMelcy writing, "Rocky back again." @MacTuz commented, "No way would he be back and drinking with Shirley that quickly." Jane Moss said, "I really wish sometimes that soap operas were at least a little bit realistic. Rocky being back after 2 heart attacks and drinking, yeah, okay." EastEnders continues Monday at 8 p.m. on BBC One.